Hello, beautiful friends. It's another Friday live from my car at the beach. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah. I am a certified life and business coach, and I help heart centered service providers, spiritual practitioners, and creatives build the lives and businesses of their dreams. And I wanted to talk about the life and business of my dreams, which is what I'm living. This is my second Friday live from the beach because I take Fridays off and I pretty much always spend them at this beach. This was very important to me when I was designing my business, when I was really thinking about what I wanted my life to look like and what was important to me. And the title of this live today is You Can't Hustle Your Way to Ease. And the reason I titled it that is because for many of us, if you come from being an employee or a gig worker or just what we learn in school, we learn that money comes from hard work, that success comes from hard work, that you have to sacrifice your way to success, that you have to sacrifice your way to retirement, to ease, right? We're taught like you work hard doing stuff you don't want to do, and none of your time is your own for the majority of your life, and then you get to rest. We have to earn rest. We have to earn ease. We have to earn things looking the way that we want them to. We have to pay our dues, right? We have to suffer through for a really long time before we're allowed to have our days and our weeks and our months and our lives look the way that we want them to look and feel the way that we want them to feel. And for the most part, that's a trap. And it's not true. You cannot hustle your way into an ease-filled business. And I'm going to give you an example. When I started my business, I very much was in a place of fear and scarcity around money and clients, and also a willingness to hustle, to work hard, to grind, and to pay my dues. So if a client wanted to work with me at 8 o'clock in the morning, I would do it. If a client wanted to work with me at 3 in the afternoon, and that's when I was commuting, I would take that client from my car. If a client wanted to work with me on a Sunday, I would work on a Sunday. If somebody said, your rates are too expensive, will you lower them for me so that I can work with you? I would lower my rates. There was pretty much nothing that a client could ask of me that I wouldn't say yes to, because I would be so afraid of losing that client. And I also had this feeling that eventually, once I had paid my dues and put in enough time, then I could raise my rates. Then I could start saying no. Then I could start being more choosy about who my clients were. Then I could start saying, hey, I don't work on Sundays. But I didn't believe I could start that way. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a relationship where you didn't really have good boundaries at the beginning, and you made yourself too available, and you were too helpful, and you were too nice, and you overgave, and you really over-delivered in that relationship, and you kind of set things up in such a way that you were always the one that could be depended on, and that you were always the one who did all the nice things, and you were just hoping that eventually the other person would look at you and be like, wow, you've really been there for me, and they would start giving back to you? Did it ever happen? It usually doesn't. And when you try to set boundaries later on in that relationship, the other person is shocked. Well, of course they are, because you established this relationship with you are the giver and that person's the taker, and it's working out very well for them. So why would they expect it to change all of a sudden? They didn't know that you were secretly hoping that they were going to change how they were moving in the relationship. This was an unspoken expectation on your part. It was unspoken transaction on your part that if you gave enough, eventually they would give back to you, but they never agreed to that. It is really hard, and usually will be the end of a relationship, for you to try to assert boundaries and ask for reciprocity once a certain dynamic has already been established. The same thing is true in our business. If you approach your business from a place of overgiving, overcompensating, grinding, hustling, working around the clock, doing anything a client asks you to do, making yourself too available, lowering your prices, and then later You go, this is not working for me. I need to raise my prices and I need to change my hours and I need to make some adjustments. Then you have to go through fear that you are going to lose those clients. And the truth is, you probably are going to lose most of those clients because they only wanted to work with you under the terms that you agreed to. They didn't know that they were entering into an unspoken agreement with you where you deep down felt like, if I do enough, someone's going to come along and give me permission to work the way that I really want to work. So here's where you get some good news. No one's going to give you permission, but also no one has to. You don't have to wait. You don't have to grind. You don't have to pay dues. You don't have to overgive and then earn the right to build a business that looks like what you want your life and your business to look like. It is easier, in fact, to design it that way from the beginning. So if you want a lifestyle where you always take Fridays off because it's important to you to spend time in nature, you don't put Fridays as available on your calendar from day one. If you want a business where you can always be off in the afternoon because you want to pick your kids up from school, you don't have any available space on your calendar for afternoons. And if someone asks if you're open on the afternoons, you say no. People don't show up at a Best Buy and say, hey, can you guys open for me when you're closed? Unless you're very, 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 very rich. And then sometimes people open stores for you. But for the most part, people don't go to big businesses and say, will you open for me when you're closed? They only ask small businesses to do that. They only ask service providers to do that. You get to say no. You get to say, I'm sorry, I have no available hours on the afternoons. Not because I have another job, but because these are the hours that I'm available. And I owe you no more explanation than that. If you want your life to look like 3 months off every year, you get to design a business that gives you 3 months off every year while still bringing in revenue every month. If you want a business that allows you to go snowboarding every weekend, then you build a business that gives you the freedom and the flexibility to be gone every weekend with your phone off and still having money coming in. This isn't about earning the right to do it. It's about designing a business that works that way. And because you're the boss, you get to do that. You get to design your business around your life rather than working your life away in hopes that eventually you get to live. We're not doing it. Those days are over. So that's why I've been doing these lives from the beach. This is my flow. This is my real life. This is me living my real life and business of my dreams. I live in California. I live near the ocean. I want to take advantage of that. I meet people who have lived in LA for years and they never have been to a beach here because they're working all the time. Tragic. Couldn't be me. This is what's important to me. And it won't be the same for you because what's important to you is unique and special to you. So your business shouldn't be exactly like my business because your business should be designed around the life that makes you happy and the things that bring you joy and the way that you want to live and the things that are really important to you. And you should be able to do that without sacrificing your income, without sacrificing your sanity, without sacrificing your stress levels. And all of that is in how we design your business to operate. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. It gets to be unique to you. That's the whole point of going into business for yourself. So if this is appealing to you, and if you're having some aha moments, and you're like, great, except I've already set my business up into the hustle, how do I fix it? Because now I'm stuck and I can't scale my business and I can't grow it and I can't take on more clients and I'm working too much and I don't know what to do about it and I know I need to retool everything, but I don't really know how. I would love to invite you into a new one-on-one mentorship program that I'm offering called S.C.A.L.E. And S.C.A.L.E is an acronym I created that stands for Systems, Courses, or Digital Programs, Automations, Leadership, and Expansion. It is a 6-month program. We work on one of these things each month with a 6-month for integration. This is a beta round. It is the cheapest it's ever going to be right now. And I'm only taking 5 people into it. I'm putting the link in the show notes. You can go read all about it. It is a very cool program. And I am going to walk you step by step and support you through designing your business around your life and putting you in position to work only the hours you want to work while continuing to set the stage to take on more and more and more and more customers without needing to work more hours, because it is very possible. It's all about the design. So if you would like to work with me one-on-one to create the life and business of your dreams, click that link and apply. And now I'm going to go get in this very, very cold water. Okay, love you. Bye.